Alright, welcome back to another turn resolution here of War in the Pacific Admirals Edition. We're in September now, and it's September 6th. I don't even know how this turn is going to play out. I had a sick feeling when I sent it off that I was missing something, and I don't know what it is, but, well, there's something. Just six of them get in. And they do a lot more damage than I would have thought. It's a shame, only 10% Moonlight. That's pretty sad. And Sea Lion doesn't get any torpedoes in. So far, this turn has started poorly, like immediately for me. Yeah, this is probably going to be one of those bad turns where none of our subs or ASW works. It just seems to kind of ebb and flow like that. Um, Not sure what that was about. I don't even have a damaged ship in that area. It could just be like a point or two of damage. I don't know from something. Oh, collision. I don't know. I'll have to take a look at what that flotation issue was. Anyway, yeah. So far, it's very lackluster. We're bottoming out in a shallow port hex. So yeah, this isn't going to be good. Okay, pardon me, sweeping Mike Tila, as we like to keep the pressure on here. Now, it could be because he's diving on us, but I find it interesting that sometimes these Oscars do like amazing things in a day, and sometimes they're easily shut down. So, again, maybe it's because they're above us. I don't know, but the Hurricanes are not getting not able to maneuver around out of there. So, all right, I'm gonna just push through this. Our sweep is not doing that well this time. Okay, so he has nothing over Tong Yi. That doesn't mean he won't in the future. He just doesn't right now. I'm just gonna knock these sweeps out. Nothing to see here at this point. All right, now we have a lot of cap over Darwin, so he's coming in sweeping. We should be okay here. Let's finish this. All right, we fair trade here. I mean, fair trade, not fair. Even trade is what I meant to say. He may have issues on the return trip though with some ops losses. We'll see. All right, these are just the usual bombing runs. The Rangoon one, he can trash the base all he wants as long as it doesn't damage our supply, which he is. And that's problematic. I mean, he's been just hitting runway, but yeah, I do need to get some supplies into there, and I'm working on that. All right, so we bomb up here. This is ground bombing. I think all of it is to keep his troops disrupted and damaged if possible. But we actually hit a couple of units here: 52nd Division plus 19th Independent Engineer Regiment and the 53rd Japanese Naval Air Force unit. All right, we can get through that. Moderate rain probably affecting some, but um, all right, here we come with some bombings. Now the idea is to beat up the base and the ground troops. This should be a little bit of both. The base so that he can't build forts, and the troops for obvious reasons. And this is pretty successful hit here. We don't hit any of his tanks. He's got a tank division in here. Um, but he did have troops moving out, so hitting these ground troops is going to slow him down. I've found, I don't know if I'm right, this is just personal observation, or it might just be my made up imagination. But the Blenheims are successful against bases because they can get these hits. I don't know how damaging the hits are, but they can get the hits. When these same bombers hit ground troops, they don't seem to do much, if at all. Now, who knows? Maybe there's some disruption they cause that I don't see on this screen here, but this is certainly going to hit ground troops. I like the dive bombers to hit ground troops. It'd be nice if they could get into some tanks too, but um, all right, hitting Port Moresby again. I like the idea of keeping this base knocked out if I can. Um, Also, he still had some auxiliary aircraft there, or that my recons had showed. Um, maybe maybe the new okay, severe storms I guess probably impacts some of the accuracy. All right, let's keep hitting these. These are hitting ground troops. I guess I like that these carry 500-pound bombs, so when they hit, they can be pretty devastating. And we're still keeping the pressure on Horn Island. I have some recon flying there, but we're not getting any. We had no detection level yesterday. All right. Yeah, just be nice to eliminate those ground troops. Just if for no other reason, just to um, force him to rebuild that. And hey, we get victory points for it too. A little bit of victory points. It's not like we're making bank or anything. All right, so hopefully our recon works up there at Horn Island. We can get a feel for the damage we're inflicting up there. Whoa, 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 whoa! What are you doing? All right, I don't know what that was all about. I was supposed to fly over Port Moresby. I'm just glad he didn't cap Port Moresby. I mean, obviously, it could be very well be my orders that caused it to go there, but that wasn't certainly wasn't what my brain was telling me. Yeah, I mean, this turn has been lackluster, but I don't know. I don't know what to say about it except that hopefully we have hopefully we get things squared away and on track next turn. But whatever. What are you gonna do? Just keep pushing through, I guess. All right, so we're wrapping up the pre-land action. Let's see what happens there. I don't think I have any attacks except for the just a straight bombardment. All right, we got a couple of tiny guys here. I want them to just go ahead and surrender. All right, now the 50th Corps can. This is wiped out. There wasn't much left. Now the 50th Corps can come back in a month. And there's a bombardment here further north. Decent counter battery there. All right, this is pretty successful. We do take a little bit of damage here, but it looks like we may we may be able to do an attack soon. Some kind of probing attack. We've got armor here. Maybe let's check it out and see what happens. I mean, I think we've softened this up some, right? All right, let's see what he has here. He has a tank division, which is at 200 value, 88 for the 33rd division. I think let's attack. I mean, we're going to be running into the teeth of these tanks, so maybe not. Because here's the thing, we don't have much in the way of anti-tank equipment here. So I'd kind of like to wait until we can get some um, I don't know. We've been bombing it though, so maybe I don't know. Well, maybe they have enough disruption we can clear them out. Anyway. Um, Baker and Denny, decent. Oh, nice locations. By the way, I don't know. Maybe we should try to attack Mike Tila um because his if we can get 2 to 1, force him to retreat. Maybe he can lose some tanks on the retreat. I'll think about that, and you'll find out coming up because my usual upload of 2 days back to back. Will I guess you'll find out shortly whether I go for an attack or not. And we got some good air units here. Okay. And because we had some air action over Rangoon particularly, I just wanted to show you what the status of that was. He lost 10, we lost 14. Um, let's just look here. So actually, I forgot Australia too. So he's lost Oscars over Australia and Rangoon. We lost some Warhawks. Probably this must be over Darwin. And well, these two are aircraft in Rangoon on the ground. Hurricanes, four, these four we lost over Burma. So why did I say Rangoon? These two were up in Lashio. Uh, Sally, he lost a couple, one to flak, one to ops, and we lost several single aircraft due to ops. Okay. So how many pilots each? Three total, or well, five total. Three potentially not getting back. Let's take a look at this real fast because I'm kind of curious. Recently, I got a list of several ships that sank, and it looks like he lost I-32. We may have looked at a couple of these this very last turn, but I just wanted to revisit them and make sure that we had seen them, that you guys had seen them. Um, this sub is worth 11. This I have a hard time believing this one, by the way. And this one I don't even remember what it was because it says a Mark 10 torpedo, uh, but recently I don't. Oh, this might be sank by our bombers. However, the torpedo is what caused enough damage to force. I don't know, force it to port, and then our bombers finished it. Anyway, this is what it is. I'm gonna jump back in and let's watch the resolution for September 7. Thanks. All right, we're back on September 7, 1942. Let's see what happens today. See if we have any night bombing. Ooh, Tambor. Dud. Okay, so the Pierce Mark 14s have not improved. Now, here's a situation where we don't take a torpedo ourselves with our minesweepers. I'm just trying to clear the area of enemy subs, and also north of Darwin, which that's not happening either. Okay, so yeah, there is a night raid after all. We do. I put some P40Es up, and okay, 23 Warhawk, 20. Okay, so we don't do anything except for hopefully at least um, affect his accuracy. Um, yeah. So we don't take any damage this time. But that was weird. More subs, more P40s flew in that cap than I had set up. Um, I had one squadron and it wasn't full strength, so I don't. It was like 15, I want to say, but whatever. All right, we got another dud out of that one. The it looks as if the Tambor isn't gonna accomplish anything today. All right, now this is this is American Marines landing on Tabatawea, and if that's the correct pronunciation, Tabatawea. And I just, pardon me, kind of. I've been reconning it, but with PBYs, and I don't know, they're not that skilled in it. And I think it's time to uh, go in. So we'll see how that plays out. And I believe it's an atoll, a big one, so it holds a lot of troops, but nonetheless, we should be able to do a shock attack and take it this turn. Okay, so we're actually this time, what is that? The anyway. Yeah, we're at least doing some um, surface hits, uh, near misses, doing some damage. Probably just only enough to maybe send it back. Maybe not. It may just be minimal damage. It could possibly be zero major and just a few damage points. I don't know, but okay. Did I see something? Ooh, I think I saw something about a sinking. There's a midget submarine detected over here in the corner. Okay. Um. All right, perch. I was distracted over here, and I thought there was a message come on the screen here about a midget submarine, something sinking. Okay, so we launched 4 torpedoes at this cruiser and whiff, but we don't take any damage either, so that's fine. All right, Tambor, do your okay. So this time torpedoes miss. So let's. Hey, if you can't defeat it with torpedo, look at this miss or uh, this is gonna this is gonna be another one of those days where our sub runs out of ammunition on one, and I mean torpedo ammunition as well on one cargo ship. Look at this. This is absurd. But hey, we did get one torpedo into it, effective one, and the deck gun is doing work. So now we took a hit there. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it seems to be tanking our deck gun, but yeah, because we're just seeing superstructure hit. Oh, there's a ship side penetrated. Oh, there's an explosion. But then we ran out of low on gun ammo. We fired. It doesn't ever show when you do surface action, but we fired several torpedoes. I'd be curious to know uh, how how many torpedoes were launched. All right, now we're doing some air action, trying to get knock these subs out with whether it's air or land. It doesn't matter. We just trying to knock them out. I mean, air or land, air or ASWC assets. All right, we got some hurricanes flying in here to take out his cap because see, I'm launching an attack on Mike Tila, and the idea is to bomb it because he has a tank division as well as some other stuff, and I really need to soften this up before I attack because I don't know what I have in the way of anti-tank assets and whatnot. So let's see what our bombers can do. But in the meantime, we got to clear the clear the airspace of these fighters. Um, I I generally don't escort. Um, I I generally try to sweep, which is dangerous because if our sweeps don't go in, we could get shredded. So maybe I'll start tinkering with escorts as well. But for now, for today. This is what we're doing. And I've got a lot of fighters coming in just in case. So we'll see how this plays out. And we almost have it cleared out. There we go, one more. Okay, last Oscar is shut down. Now this shows 2. I'm pretty sure it was more than 2. Now we're sweeping it again. A lot of fighters coming. See this? But there's nothing left to sweep anymore. Yeah, look at that. All right, Yunnan. Sorry, you're gonna have to hold on your own. All right, and then Passar, same thing. All right. Yeah, these poor troops over here that have been evicted since, I mean, they've been hanging out here for probably 8 months or so. So this is amazing. I don't know. I don't remember when he took Tarakan, but this is amazing that these ground troops have occupied air units for that long. Although, to be fair, for the Japanese player, he's getting bombing experience too, so why not? Yeah, we're bombing ground troops here as well. I don't, let's see, I can't remember if I'm pulling the trigger on attack. Yeah, I think I'm going to attack here as well this turn. I think I triggered an attack because I well, I've been bombing and bombarding. I want to get a feel for what I'm up against in a ground, well, like fortification level, and what I'm up against in the way of ground combat strength with terrain and for anyway, all that good stuff. All right. So these bombings have been reasonably effective, and we do have heavy rain, so it's not going to be as good as we'd like. See right there, nothing. Vengeance 1, let's see what we can get out of this one. Alright, hey, 2 squads destroyed. We didn't get into the tanks. That's unfortunate. This is actually an infantry regiment that we're hitting. And, okay, that's that. 1 squad destroyed here. The hope is that if we're not destroying or damaging devices, we're, see this, also attacking. Hopefully we're damaging their disruption and or fatigue. All right. All right. Now this is where we're just trying to keep the Horn Island damaged for, well, a couple of reasons. He can't fortify, but also he can't use the air base to get bombers closer to Portland Roads. Second guessing the name of that base. But I think that's right. See, Renal Island, the goal here is to beat up this SNLF that dropped. Okay, sweeps. These are follow-up sweeps. I mean, nothing left, guys. Okay, something sank. Was it that cargo ship there in the in the Marshalls or area? I don't know. All right, he's bombing Rangoon, and I'm okay with that. Although I don't like the supply hits. We are damaging his aircraft, though. Okay, bombing. Yeah, this is Portland Roads. Um, all right, so this is a ground attack because we want to, again, we're trying to soften this up for our attack, and this does nothing. Yeah. Now, light clouds, so this should be doing something, but and by the way, unfortunately, I didn't fix this, but I do, but I can tell you, somehow I didn't turn it off still, but I can tell you the reason it's sweeping here instead of anywhere else is because it's on commander discretion, which I don't usually use, so something must have happened there. But in any case, so it's flying here, but I mean, I guess there's nothing more for me to say about that, except for I probably will just stand it down because unless I'm wanting to bomb Fort Moresby, well, I guess we could do a sweep and check it out. You can always do sweeps even if you're not going to bomb, um, because still, there's still fighters you could shoot down. All right, let's see. Let's go through these bombardments and just kind of get through the usual routine. All right. This is our deliberate attack here, and you can see they have 312. They don't have really anything else AV wise. We've got quite a bit ourselves, but yeah, let's kind of see how this plays out. All right, we dropped him to two. I mean, I'm talking about the raw number to 271 on his division. That's pretty good. Now, if we look here at the statistics, see, I haven't had a chance to look at this yet. Bombardments don't show you these things. Um, based on this, we don't have quite 2 to 1, but when you look here, we drop from 573 to 209, and then he goes from 363 to 563 because he's got these buffs, terrain and fort, but he's got disruption and experience malices, so he's so that hurts him, but he still has 563. Part of it is fort level 3. Our engineers did not reduce the forts, unfortunately. But you can see here, we still got the better of him, even though it was 1 to 2. We do take a high number of vehicles disabled because we used tanks on that attack, but we didn't lose much infantry, foot soldiers. He loses several disabled and three squads and 1 non-combat destroyed. So all told, we come out ahead. However, I don't like this 39 disabled vehicles, but anyway. All right, now this is just a bombardment attack because this would be bloody to attack. This is ×3 terrain, so we actually take a light casualty. All right, see, this is a deliberate attack. If you look here, we actually have reduced his numbers for both of these, and part of it is the division that we kicked out of Mandalay was already mauled and beat up. But this right here, these Chinese corps, 630. All right, we capture it. Apparently, we had enough to win the day, carry the day. These two elements, British elements, probably don't hurt any. So it's nice. 818 to 497. That's not even 2 to 1. However, when you calculate the numbers based on modifiers, we actually drop by like a third of that, something roughly like that, a little bit higher than a third. But he drops from basically to 1/10 of his original number, and it ends up 5 to 1. His fort level is 0 because the base is pretty beat up. And look at that. Uh, oh, okay. I don't even know how to. Okay, so let's just go down this list. So look at all these destroyed squads and non-combat and engineers. This just was utterly wrecked. Whatever was here was, I mean, the division and other elements. But check this out: 409 vehicles destroyed. I just don't even understand how that's possible on multiple levels. But one key reason is because I don't know that we have that good of anti-tank, especially with just the Chinese. And our recon regiment doesn't have a lot of heavy stuff or big stuff. And in fact, it doesn't even have very many armored cars. I don't even know what happened here. I'll take it, but it's just nuts. First of all, I had no expectations of even winning, and then certainly didn't expect this much devastation. But our losses are extremely light, and now we can just chase them down this road through Tungu and right on to Pegu, I think. So let's make it happen. Again, just completely baffling how successful that was. All right, here's Tabataea, and he has nothing here as we were hoping and somewhat expecting, you know. And yeah, just time to time to expand in the Central Pacific. Okay, we got some expansions here. Most of it's like in the back, behind the lines. Diamond Harbor, Fortification 4, that's probably overkill at this point. So I'll have to turn off fortification building there. All right, we've got a couple of ships, including the battleship Washington, upgrading. Get a little better AA before we go out and cover some carrier groups. All right. Okay, so overall, a successful turn, I would say, in a few areas. Um, Burma, and including in the air, because these air well, especially these four air to air losses are over Burma. So overall, I would say Burma was a success, and here I am in the Central Pacific, gonna talk about our expansion there. But first, let's take a look. We lose two total, and he loses eight air units or airframes. Um, Six Oscars. Let's see. Yeah, six Oscars, a Tojo, and a Zero. Of course, these two are ops. We never even saw them in the turn, but four were shot up air to air, and two probably because long range cap flying back to base. We do lose a Mitchell, a B-25C somewhere. I mean, it could be Australia, it could be Burma. We lose a DC-3, and that could be that's probably related to China, our transport either to Yunnan or to what whatever that base is I'm using in southern China for bringing stuff in from India. Okay, taking a look here at the pilots lost, we lose zero. This is a great day. We do lose one wounded though. Hopefully coming back not after not too long. And then if we look here, actually, I don't think we lost anything, but okay, if we look at last turn, I mean, it appears nothing sank, but we know something did. And if we look here at the, like this information, it's just not enough. I mean, it's just not updated. I, anyway, I know we haven't been that active anyway, but, or as of the last day or so. All right, carrying on. Let me just talk a little bit about the situation here. Okay, there's a little. By the way, I'm re I'm recording this after I've already set up my action, so there's not much I can do. Well, there's nothing I can do except for as I talk through, maybe make mental notes and do something after the fact because he already has the turn. And so, first of all, we've got a bombardment group coming here. I say bombardment group, that was the intent. But when it felt like it was safe, I just went in. We do have some destroyers with it if they needed to hit the base a little bit, but I mean, not, it wouldn't have been, just like battleship guns. But I got to thinking, I'm going to still bring this over here because if he tries to sneak in with something, we can just destroy it with our surface ships. But we've got more reinforcements coming, more ground troops. This will be two regiments worth when we're done. Plus, we've got further reinforcements coming, and that's going to be these are base forces and things like artillery, things to help us hold the base and build it up to something worth using. Also, in the meantime, I'm also bringing seaplane tenders, which I'm a few days behind thinking about that. And then we'll get some search plane aircraft up here. We do have a decent search radius up to Tarawa and past these two islands here. But but it's just I need to be able to see up here. I don't know where his carriers are, and if they come over here, we're gonna be wrecked. Speaking of which, this is why we're bringing our carrier groups, and actually I've diverted them. They're going to come through this, basically this channel here, and then turn up into toward Tabatoya, and probably hang out down here. I don't want to be too exposed. Maybe I'll end up like southeast of it. That way, too, we can run off to Pearl if we need to. But that's the situation right now. I feel like we've got decent air cover over some of these bases down here and even here, that if his carriers sneak in here and do raids, he may do decent damage to us even, but we'll tear up a lot of his airframes. Now that I've moved on from Tabataea, let me just show you. I'm trying to knock these subs out, and I'm hoping our carriers will sneak through without his subs spotting us, because that's what he's kind of doing with these subs, is he's using them as a way to recon bases and things. So I'm gonna sneak through here, and we'll see how that plays out. Anyway. I have no idea what this task force is coming southeast, but and that reminds me, I wanted to say, so I'm setting up these subs to really patrol just to the north, right here of Tabataea, because if he comes strong with anything, he'll run into our subs that hopefully won't fire duds. But also, as our carriers start heading up here, okay, to go through this canal, channel, whatever. I know it's not a canal, but anyway, maybe if these guys get too close, we can wreck them with our bombing. And if we do, he's going to know where we are, but that's fine. We'll sneak out of there too. We did get. I think you all know this, but we did get the Wasp here. It's going to take a long time to get seaworthy, but I thought, hey, we can work down at least the flotate, maybe get some of this damage down, and then put it back out to sea and bring it to a base that we can put in proper, what's the word? Shipyard. But I also wanted to look here at, pardon me, the weight. That's what I'm looking for. 14,700. That'll easily fit there at Sydney. All right, and we attacked here. We know what he has now. He's got a lot of forts, although we're keeping him from building more. And you can see the damage here, 58. He doesn't have anything here, but again, we're trying to keep it that way. Same thing here. And then if we scroll over, I'd like to show you also Tulagi. I'm trying to keep that like max damage while I'm, occasionally taking the time to hit these islands here where he has troops. But yeah, that's pretty wrecked too. As soon as I can, I need to get heavies starting to hit Shortland Islands from Ndeni, and then I need to get some heavies up here to hit, well, at least hit up here if we can't reach Rabal from there. All right, continuing on. Okay, so he hasn't bombed us from Kupang yet. I mean, if recently. He scouted out our cap, and we kind of very much deterred him. And so the goal here is now just to build up this air base and use it for counterattacks. We can bomb any of these bases with heavy bombers. All right, working up. Dutch East Indies is pretty much a closed case. Now, I did. I would like to talk about our situation here. So the supply situation, well, it's more dire than I anticipated. We have zero supplies, so this will not sneak in here. I doubt. We've got 22,400 supply coming toward Rangoon. Will it survive? I don't know, but I am escorting with capital ships. Well, surface ships. I know that's not much, but I I don't know what the veterans would say of this game, but I'm tempted to say if I lose a cruiser, it's if I can get these supplies in here and hold Rangoon and until my ground troops work their way down here, it'll be a win. These surface ships are useless to me unless I can have a surface action, but he's not it's rare to see that opportunity. Now, maybe that's because of my play style, um, but anyway, I just thought let's try this tactic. These guys will have some AA as well as B drawing enemy bombers in their direction, and also they can withstand probably better and then get away and repair than the cargo ships. But also, I had another thought. I could just literally send out all my cargo ships, which would be so many that he can't, it's impossible to sink them all. I think that's maybe being wasteful. But it's still an interesting idea. All right. So we captured Mike Tila. We're holding Magway, which reminds me, I'm tempted to also restart production here, especially since the tide has turned up here. And then when we produce fuel with our oil, we'll produce supplies, which will help this area probably. So maybe I will flip that back on. And Mike Tila, again, we just captured, and now we're just going to start heading down this road, and the next stop is Tungu. But if you can tell, not only does he have a pip here showing he's running away, but he has a pip here showing he's leaving Tongyi. So that means we should be able to take this back, have all these cities back or bases back in our possession, and then we can work our way down this road and basically chase him or follow him down. We've got the British Second Division going to basically reform here in Mike Tila, and then I'm tempted to go this way with the Second Division instead of this way because the Chinese and some other miscellaneous independent brigades should be able to do well enough. I just don't know. I do have troops coming this way as well, so maybe we don't need the Second Division to come down this road. Sorry, this road here. Anyway, we'll see. I'm not. The Second Division still hasn't formed, so there's no rush. This is looking good, and I am setting up this base. We have only 13 aviation support, but it doesn't matter. We've got to repair this. We've got 13 aviation support and more on the way, and then we can start bringing fighters in here and then bring more base forces and aviation support and build this up to a decent base from which to launch attacks further south. Right now, Magway is the best. Sorry, Mandalay is the best base we have. Magway is not bad either, so maybe we can build that one up for because we can have a further reach there. All right. And then China is just what it is. I mean, we're I was gonna say we're making the most of it, but I mean the average uh I mean the veterans out there probably would think we're not making the best, but I'm doing what I'm thinking, which is in general just trying to hold and position myself in annoying positions, especially down in this area. But it looks like what he tends to do is literally, which means he doesn't have a big punch, but he's got all these little units spread out, and so it's hard to find a hole to sneak in and be even more of a thorn. So we'll see. But this is the status, and I'm going to wrap up here because I've been going on long enough. But this is the end of the September 7 resolution. And next time we'll talk about September 8th, and we'll talk to you then. Take care, everyone. Have a nice rest of your day. Bye.